Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of Pats Nation Nightly. I'm Zach, as always, joined by Ben, and we have special guest, as per Friday tradition, a new guest every week. We got Carlos from LosTalksPats on here tonight. So, how are you guys doing on this fine evening?
Well, I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me. I'm looking forward to it. I've been watching the other shows, so I'm glad to finally be on.
Yeah, we got a fun agenda today to talk about. We're gonna start off with some pro days in a quick minute, and then we're gonna kind of shift to a mock draft between the three of us. We're gonna do a draft together and be as realistic as possible, and definitely target those needs of a quarterback, of a offensive tackle, and definitely a wide receiver.
For sure. And Los, we appreciate you coming on here. I always see you in the chat and listening, keeping up with us. And on your page, you're doing a ton of great work. So we appreciate you taking the time out of your Friday night to come on here.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Trust me, I see your guys' work too. I know you guys are hard workers as well. So I'm just excited to talk Patriots. That's like my favorite thing to talk about.
For sure. And jumping into it, we got the Pro Day guy, Ben, right here. So, Ben, what Pro Day news do you have for us from our last show was Tuesday night, so from Wednesday, Thursday, and today?
Yeah, so there's been a bunch happening. There was UNC yesterday, North Carolina, as we know, and before that was LSU. Both of those, the Patriots had their top personnel scouts at both of their pro days, highlighted by Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors in LSU, and then obviously Drake May, and then Devontae Walker at North Carolina. So we'll get into that soon, but they had basically the same people at both of those, which I expected. And then at Washington, you had scouting director Cameron Williams, joined by a few scouts to watch Michael Penix, which is the first time that he kind of played in front of some Patriots people, like we've been talking about. There hasn't been as much love for Penix as these other quarterbacks. And then today, obviously, you have Maryland's pro day is really the only pro day happening today. And I was told this morning that area scout Justin Hickman, offensive line coach Scott Peters, and front office executive Alonzo Highsmith would all be in attendance in College Park. And that pro day is highlighted by tackle Delmar Glaze, a projected 4th-round pick, safety Bo Braid, a projected day 3 pick, and then defensive back Tarib Still, a projected day 3, maybe undrafted free agent pick.
And obviously UNC and LSU, those were the big ones. Washington was also, they have a ton of talent getting drafted this year. With UNC headlined by Drake May, Patriots had a huge, the biggest just army of offensive recruiters there. They were one of only 2 teams who sent both their head coach and GM with Mayo and Elliott Wolf. The other team was the Commanders, who were sitting at pick 2, and they were the only team who sent their GM, head coach, offensive coordinator, and QB's coach, because Washington they didn't send their QB's coach, they sent their offensive coordinator. So huge. I mean, no one had more people there than the Patriots in terms of QB scouts, people who are watching specifically Drake May. So, what do you think of that? I mean, is how significant is that?
Carlos?
Well, personally, I think just the fact that for those two quarterbacks in general, like as a group, just those two, it tells you like how much they're valuing the QB position in the draft. Like I've always been a firm believer that they're going to take a quarterback. So just the fact that they're doing this much work on everything, they did this. I don't even think they had as big of a contingency there as for JJ McCarthy's pro day, but regardless, I do think that it just tells you how much they're valuing like the scouting process, how seriously they're taking this, and just the fact that they're having so many of their staff, like so much of their staff, just flying out. They went from what Baton Rouge to Chapel Hill overnight, and that's not easy to do. So um, I would say that it feeds into the narrative of like they're gonna take a quarterback, and it's gonna be one of these two guys. I don't know if you guys buy into the JJ McCarthy hype. Um, I know Tony Pauline reported that JJ McCarthy's pro day was better than Jaden Daniels. That's what he heard from there. There was another report that came out today. I can't remember from who, but saying that JJ McCarthy's pro day was also better than Drake May's. So it's I don't know. I guess it's just opinion based, but I don't know. I don't know how you guys view the whole JJ McCarthy thing compared to the way they've been scouting and viewing these other two quarterbacks.
Yeah, I've always been a little higher on him than other people. I've been feeding into his hype since as soon as he won that national championship. I get the people who are skeptical around him just
Mhm.
because Blake Corum was that offense. That was a running first offense. He only threw for 2,900 yards. He didn't have to do a whole lot, and he also never had that wow game like Jaden Daniels might have had or Caleb Williams had. There was never that, oh my gosh, like he just carried that team. So that's why I'm a little skeptical. But I also think he's one of the most NFL ready quarterbacks.
Mhm.
In the we just lost Zach, right? In the draft right now. I think Drake May is incredibly inexperienced,
Mhm.
and it might like I've always been a Jaden Daniels fan over Drake May. Zach's been the
Uh,
opposite. I wonder if you are the same way, and if you had to pick between Jaden Daniels and Drake May, which we might do in about 15 minutes, who would you pick?
that's tough because when the offseason started, I was fully on to like the whole hype train of like Jaden Daniels is like the better quarterback. He's the one that if you're gonna put him in a bad situation, his mobility is gonna save him. I thought that was like a very very important thing as far as like the Patriots situation. But with Drake May, I do think that his intangibles, his skill set, his size, his arm strength, it's like it's much more moldable. But it's just pros and cons for both QBs. I do still lean Daniels a little bit just because of his mobility, his running ability, and I think that could save him in a lot of situations that the Patriots might put him in. But if they get Drake May, I do think that's going to be like night and day when you see like the arm strength, the tight window throws, just the avoidability in the pocket and not getting sacked, just breaking sacks compared to what we've been seeing the past 3 years. So I do lean Daniels, but it's slightly above me.
Yeah, and the only thing that Jaden Daniels has that I'm not thrilled about is just he takes too many hits for my liking.
Mhm, mhm.
And he's a little on the smaller side, which
Yeah,
we've seen in the NFL. Someone like Lamar Jackson can be he can be a successful quarterback at that size. It's just going to take an incredible amount of talent around him, and
mhm.
just natural ability to be able to get up after taking those hits over and over again to be successful.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just his size alone, and how you said that, like, he takes those big hits. That is worrisome. But he did weigh in at 210, which was surprising. That's still not great for a quarterback. What I think Drake May is like 230, 240. I might be wrong, but that just those extra 20 pounds and just his natural body size is much more beneficial. Um, so I don't know. It's like apples to oranges. It's two completely different skill sets, but both can help a franchise out, especially the Patriots.
Yeah. Zach, you good over there? Well, I guess we'll wait for him. I think he's having some technical difficulties. Um. Anyway, so we get quarterback. Third overall. Third overall. What are you targeting in the second round? Are you trading back to the first round if there's a wide receiver available? Or are you gonna get that tackle like Jordan Morgan or Patrick Paul?
So as far as like I listened to a lot of Daniel Jeremiah. He was pretty much saying that the tackle position is a lot more skilled, but it's top heavy. So he was pretty much saying that it's either going to be a run of tackles very early on, or it's going to be a run of receivers, and there's going to be some stragglers, I guess you could say, but good like starting caliber receivers in the later rounds. Um, I say because of that, I've been mocking wide receiver in the second round just because I think a core four is going to start. That's just my belief. I think that they are comfortable with him starting and taking a developmental tackle later on, but besides that, I do think that there is more talent in the later rounds for receivers. So if they do go tackle, like I'm not going to be upset about it. But it's tough. It's really tough because Patrick Paul. I think Patrick Paul is like the big like question mark, like whether or not he goes either in the high second round, mid second round. If he's gone, I feel like he's like the last starting caliber tackle, even though he's still a project. So playing it safe, I would say they should take a tackle in the second.
Yeah, Patrick Paul is someone that definitely intrigues me. It's been reported that he had a couple top 30 visits, nothing with the Patriots yet, but I would not be surprised if the team decides to bring him in for a visit. There's only been two so far. You had a wide receiver, Javon Baker, out of UCF, and then Kingsley. I'm not going to be able to pronounce his last name. BYU tackle. So you got 28 more. I would expect that Jaden Daniels, Drake May, JJ McCarthy, and probably Michael Penix. That's going to be four guys that you're going to bring in. And then I would expect a handful more receivers, tackles, and then maybe a few defensive backs in there. Like
Yeah,
I've been stressing on the show, you're definitely going to need someone to fill that Miles Bryant like role that he did, that he produced in the slot. And you're going to need another defensive back, especially because some of these guys on defense are coming up to the contract years. Jelani Tavai, I think Juwan Bentley's getting up there. Jabril Peppers. So there's a bunch of the Kyle Duggar. So there's a bunch of them that you're going to need to replace or at least extend. But if you don't extend them, you're going to have to replace them through the draft, like the Patriots have been stressing.
yeah, and they've been talking to a lot of box safeties, which is pretty surprising because most people think like they have Duggar, they have Peppers, but it's their contract situations that make those meetings make sense. I know they were at Malik Mustafa's pro day or Wake Forest's pro day, so just like the fact that they're looking into box safeties, and when everyone thinks that they need to fill in that Devin McCourty role that they didn't fill in, it just says a lot. Like how you said, they have a lot of contracts coming up, and it's not just like, these are the holes they have to fill in for right now. They have to look into the future. So I agree. I agree. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what other. I mean, you're the pro day guy. I don't know what you heard about the what was it, the Pitt pro day. I know I'm like transitioning over to wide receivers, but Bub Means is someone that I really wanted to talk to you guys about. I know Alex Barth is really high on him. He's the one that showed me who he was or put me on for that. What do you think about him? What have you heard?
Yeah,
It's the
he
Taekwon
definitely had
Underwood
a.
connection.
Yeah.
Just gonna say yes. Zach, you can take that.
Oh no, that's all I
Talk
had
about
to
that.
say. I don't want to lag out
Oh,
mid conversation, but yeah, I mean Taekwon is now an assistant receiver, and
oh
he
boy.
worked a lot with Pitt as the
Zach,
great.
you're lagging
Ben,
out.
you got
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of carry on Zach's point here. It looks like he's having a lot of technical difficulties today. But yeah, so Tyquan Underwood, the Patriots receivers coach, he was there at watching Bub meetings, and he had a really good pro day. I don't know the
Yeah.
exact stats right now off the top of my head, but he tested really, really well. He also put on 20 pounds, I think, 15 pounds since the combine, which was like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks
Mhm.
ago. So now, like, he put on a lot of weight, which is kind of curious because maybe an NFL team, asked him to put on, some weight,
Uh-huh.
or gave him that suggestion. But that's someone who I'm interested in because you don't have to spend a second round pick on him. He's
Yeah.
going to be more of a day 3 type of player. So that's someone who can have the ability. He has a high ceiling, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he also has a low floor, So those types of
Mhm.
players have a high ceiling and low floor. So are you willing to spend a 5th-round pick on a player like him who has that connection to Tyquan Underwood? I would say yes, just because he has that connection, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean his combine numbers, he put up a 4.43 40, 1.5 10-yard splits, 39 and a half inch vertical. Um,
Jeez.
and he weighed in at 212, 6'1", 212. So he's a big guy, he's an athletic guy. I do find it really interesting though. Alex Barth and Matt Doloff actually tweeted this out a while ago. I think it was like a month ago. That during Elliott Wolf's tenure in Green Bay, their day 3 wide receivers averaged out between 6 foot and 6'3", anywhere between 195 and 215 pounds. They all the average 40 was a 4.48. Like he matches up exactly with how Elliott Wolf drafted when he was in Green Bay, or how that contingency drafted. So I do think that it's pretty telling that they're looking at guys like him, looking at guys like Javon Baker. Those guys all fall into that Green Bay day 3 wide receiver mold.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I actually really didn't know that. I'm glad you brought that up. Because Elliott Wolf kind of has been stressing, we're gonna build through the draft, which is what the Packers have done for so long. Shoot. But anyway, if we're ready to go to the mock draft section, we can do that.
Yeah, we could.
Oh my God.
I believe you're both having
Here, I added
technical
to a stage
difficulties.
right now.
All right.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect. All right.
Okay. Here we go. Sorry about that.
All right.
So we're gonna do a 7-round mock draft. As the Patriots, of course, we're gonna make it as realistic as possible, and we're just gonna kind of talk through each pick and the options. So here we go.
Here we go. Let's enter in. All right. I'm going to hit start. We're not trading up, right? No number 1 pick, number 2 pick.
No number 1 or number 2. Let's see what happens, and we can decide if we want to trade that.
All right. Okay, let's see. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, number 2.
Okay.
Right.
So Drake May is obviously the top option for the Patriots right here, unless you want to trade back with Minnesota. So since you're the guest, Carlos, you get the first big decision. Are you gonna get the franchise guy, or are you gonna make that trade?
I'm going to stick to what I've been saying since the start of draft season. I think they need a franchise quarterback more than anything. So I'm okay with Drake May or Jaden Daniels, and Drake May's here, so I'm going to go Drake May.
Let's get him. Drake May
All
is the guy for New England.
All right. Let's see. Let's see who goes. I'm going to pause around the 25th pick. All right.
Yeah. Let's see who's still on the board. Okay. So that's the Buccaneers.
So we could either trade up with the Bucks, but if we look at who got taken, it was a lot of tackles. There was a big tackle run.
Like you were saying, yeah.
Yeah, so McCarthy went to the Broncos. That's pretty realistic. Not many receivers went though. So I think
Let's look if we can trade up maybe. To get one of those top receivers.
Let's see. If we were to call up the Bucks, if we wanted 26, what would you think we should give up?
34 and 68 for 26 and 92.
Yeah, that's pretty realistic. I will say though,
What about 89?
yeah, let's see. What would your opinion be on just letting it fall to our next pick, considering the fact that there wasn't a wide receiver run, there was a tackle run? What do you think about that?
That's actually a really good point because you have. So I'm trying to think. So you have Keon Coleman, you have Brian Thomas, you have Xavier Worthy, you have Adonai Mitchell, both the Texas guys. You have the Washington. You have wait, is Romeo Oduze still on the board?
I think he went high. Yeah, he went number 5.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, no way. So you have those 5 guys. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that you would consider.
Lad McConkey. I don't know if you're high on him.
Lad McConkey, yeah, but more of a. All right, you know what? Let's see. Let's just play it out and let's see what happens. Because we only have like 7 picks.
Okay, I'll hit resume and I'll pause around like 29:30. Let's see if anyone important goes.
I do also like the idea of trading up just so you can get a 5th-year option.
That is a good point too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. So only Adonai Mitchell, I think, was taken, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So let's see who's available for the receivers. Can you see that?
No, that's the thing about PFF. You can't. You have to just like.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so you have Xavier Worthy, you have Brian Thomas out of LSU, you have Keon Coleman out of FSU. I am trying to think. Hey guys, if you guys are watching this, let us know in the chat. Like if you have any suggestions here. Zach, what do you think we should do?
I'd honestly just trade up because, like, at 30, because I think odds are the Ravens would want a receiver, and you're trading with them, but that takes them out of the race for one. The Panthers might take a receiver, Chiefs might.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just jumping all of them, and I would probably get Brian Thomas if he's available, which I believe he is.
He went at 15.
Oh, he went?
Oh,
yeah.
I was about to say there's no way.
I don't know how you guys feel about Xavier Legette.
I was just read my mind. Xavier Legette. I was just about to say.
I like him, but I don't know if I'd trade up for him.
I see. That's a good point. Yeah.
Let's actually. Let's go. We only have 5 more picks. Let's see what happens. But pause it. Try to pause it at 32 if you can, because the Panthers are going to want a receiver.
Did I get it? I think I got
it.
All right. Well, Worthy to the Ravens. That's going to be a fun offense.
So you have Xavier Legette and Lad McConkey right now on the top receivers. If I'm yeah. So you and Troy Franklin. Okay, we don't need to trade up. Let's go to a pick and let's get one.
Let it drop. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Troy Franklin went, and then Chop Robinson went. Okay.
Okay. Let's get Xavier Legette. I really like that pick. If you're good with that,
well, Willis is on the board just because I missed it's McConkey and Legette.
Oh no.
Or is Legette not
Legette
on
there?
He's lower. He's lower.
Or they just have him. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Then it's either McConkey, Legette, or Keon Coleman. I think realistically Coleman's probably the best on the board. McConkey might fit. You guys got Drake May with the first pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was lagging in and out. I think McConkey might fit better, but I don't know. It's tough. I would say Coleman, in terms of talent, it's probably Coleman, Legette, McConkey. But in terms of like a better fit, it's probably the opposite. It's probably McConkey, Legette, Coleman.
Yeah, I personally, I really like the idea of taking McConkey and then double dipping at wide receiver later on with someone like Javon Baker. I know Bub Means isn't in the PFF simulator, which sucks, but someone like him, I know we talked about both of them, but those guys can play the X role. I know fans most likely wouldn't want them to wait to take their X receiver because that's like the big star receiver. But I do think McConkey can, like you said, he could definitely fit this offense really well. Just like how they used, I know Elijah Moore didn't put up big numbers in the Browns offense, but that guy was getting like 7, 8, 9 targets a game. They were really, really trying to implement him. So I think Lad McConkey could easily fit into that.
Oh shoot.
I
Yeah.
would probably go McConkey here, in my opinion.
Okay. Then let's pull the trigger
I liked
on
it.
McConkey, and let's
All
see.
right.
And yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what's next.
Let me know Patrick Paul.
Do you guys know where Bub Means is projected to go?
6th, 7th round, UDFA.
Because we could just take a random person as like a filler for Bub Means, and then just say, oh yeah, this is supposed to be Bub Means, if we wanted to in the later rounds.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we could.
Depends on
Okay,
how
so now pick 68. I think you need that tackle. Let's see if there's any available.
Should we let it drop? We're not trading back up into the second.
I think we let it drop.
Sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, let it drop. Just for now, let it drop.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up tackles. All right.
Oh, I love
There you
Patrick
go.
Paul. Yeah, let's get
That's
Patrick.
it.
I mean, unless you guys have anything, I really want Patrick Paul, though. I think he's going to be really good.
Should we look into trading back a couple spots?
I don't.
How much?
I would if
468.
Patrick Paul. I would if Patrick Paul wasn't on the board. That's the thing. There's too much risk. He's like, after him, there's a pretty big drop off in my mind. So I wouldn't risk a trade down. I would just go for him.
All right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was just saying that too at the beginning of the live. Like Patrick Paul, I feel like right after that, it's just there's a drop off.
Yeah.
All right. So Patrick Paul's the pick.
Do it. So the top 3 needs are secured. Perfect.
Right. Should I keep letting it go?
I'd say so.
Try to trade back. What do you think?
Well, we can't really see who's available, can we? So
no, not really.
Kind of tough to know. I would maybe into like the low 90s, but let it drop like 10 more picks, and then I would consider a trade up.
All right, let's see.
That's good.
Well, before we even like think about who we should take, what position would you want them to take in the 4th?
It's tough. I'd probably say another receiver or another tackle. I wouldn't be surprised if this is where they try to double dip just pretty early on, because those are still going to be your biggest needs. So,
what are the defensive backs on the board right now?
Here, should I just let it drop to our pick so we could check them out?
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right. Yeah, personally, I think the 4th round is a prime spot to trade down, either the 3rd or 4th. But
yeah,
I mean, do you see what I see?
Brandon Rice.
I just don't. I want to try to make this as realistic as possible, and I don't think Brendan Rice is going to be on the board at 103. So as good as that would be, I'd actually probably pass just so we can have this be a somewhat realistic mock. I think he goes in round 2 or 3.
Carlos, what are the defensive backs?
Let's see. Both like CB and safety, or just safety?
CB first, and then safety.
Right. There we got Chris. They met with Chris Abrams-Drain, so there's a connection right there. Jarvis Brownlee did really good.
Oh,
Cam
I really
Hart had a great Senior Bowl.
I really like him.
Yeah, he would be
a really
good
one. I think 103 is a good spot to trade back in my mind. Just trade back like 10 to 20 picks, because there's still a good amount of receiver talent on the board. Definitely a lot of cornerback talent on the board. So 103 I think I would trade down from there. I don't hate 113. That seems like a good
we could
spot.
trade back 10 spots. We could trade back 16. 121 would probably get us like maybe a 5th or maybe a 3rd next year, 4th next year.
What fun is that? We get to pick for this year, this year only. Maybe try. This is tough. Maybe 113, Start out with 113, 165. See where that gets us.
All right, let's see.
See how close it is.
So that would get accepted. I don't know if we should try to get like a 7th rounder out of them. I mean, it is 10 spots,
Yeah.
so like 113, 165 is pretty realistic just for a 10 spot bump.
All right, let's
I
do
like
that.
that, but yeah, let's
All right.
do it.
Cool. All right, let's trade back. All right. Let's see who fell to us. Brendan Rice went with that
Give
pick.
us Cam Hart. Give us Cam Hart.
He's there. He's still here.
There we
All right,
go.
let's get him. Let's get him.
All right.
I really like him.
Let's take
GM of
Cam
the
That's a
Hart.
century right here.
cornerback.
Perfect.
We
Okay,
are the
I'm
de
just-
facto GMs.
Okay, I love Xavier Thomas, but I don't think they need an edge rusher this high.
All right, sweet.
Let's see.
So now, what pick do we have? 137.
Yeah, we're at
Yep.
137. Christian Jones just went. I don't know if you guys like him. I know he had a good Senior Bowl. Kamara went. He had a really good Shrine Bowl. Christian Boyd, they have interest in. Yeah. Let's see.
My pick would be
Oh.
Chris. Oh, Ben. Oh, but I think he's gonna last till 165. I think.
His ADP is right at 137.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
I mean,
maybe
check
not.
the tight ends just to see if there's. I mean, I think he's the best tight end available right now.
yeah, for
Right?
sure. My favorite,
So-
Theo Johnson too.
What? Who's
So-
below Jaheim Bell? He's good too. AJ Bell.
Yeah.
I think
I
tight
don't
end.
know if
All these
Jaheim
guys
Bell
will
is a
tip.
fit though. So they need a blocker, and Jaheim Bell is more of a just like insane receiver. I don't love the fit of Jaheim Bell.
I think as far as like what they need in a rookie tight end, it's between Sinnott, Johnson, and Reinman. Reinman,
Yeah.
that guy, I don't even know. He was like, I think he might have been like top 10 RAS scores ever. I might be wrong, but I know he was up there.
I know
that guy's just
they were
a big
loving
blocker.
him during the combine. They were
Yeah.
Watching the tight ends go, every single time he would be up, be like, "Oh, there's your guy. There he is, Tip Ryman." Like, so I think he's a good fit for the Patriots too. I mean, really good blocker.
Yeah, so we could take a tight end right here, or we could maybe take a receiver. We could wait, maybe take Tip Ryman later on. There's still a lot of options here, or we could just go best player available.
Can we check the tackles?
Yeah, let's see.
Is Delmo Glaze from Maryland still available?
Javon Foster is still here.
Oh, he's still there. No, I don't think he is. But the tackle is Javon Foster.
Let's see. I think Delmar Glaze is pretty low. Yeah, he's right here.
Oh.
All the way at 244.
Oh, never mind. Okay, then let him drop. I didn't know he was that low. Okay. Either get a
some
tight
really
end.
good
In my
players.
opinion, either grab that tight end or Christian Boyd. I think Christian Boyd is going to be really, really good.
Christian Boyd already went.
Oh, he did? My fault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no
Sorry, I
worries.
thought he was still there. Okay, then I think we get the Kansas State tight end. Ben Simmons. Senate. Yeah.
Everyone
I
agree?
like
You
it.
good with that? Okay.
I like it.
All right. Perfect. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's let it drop. Javon Foster would have been my favorite pick if he had fallen, but I don't think he fell. Oh, he did.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. I think you got to do it then.
Yeah, should we just run up to the podium with it?
I think
you gotta.
I think we take it. Yeah.
All right.
I like this.
All right. Easy. Okay. Let's see. All right, and we're picking right away, so there's still
Do
a
we
lot
wanna
of.
Do you want to trade back, or do you want to keep this pick?
So we started off with 8 picks. Now we have 9. We could accumulate more. I know the Patriots have picked more. They picked more than like the amount of picks they go in with. I think since like 2017. So it wouldn't be a surprise.
late round
Let's see if
picks
we
are.
can.
Go ahead.
No, you go, Zach. You go.
I was just gonna say, I think accumulating like late round picks will be especially important for the Patriots because they're only sitting at 70 on the roster right now. So that's just gonna give them a pretty much a jump start and an advantage for undrafted free agency because there's not much of a difference between having a 7th round pick and an undrafted free agent. It's basically just like you get first dibs. So, yeah, I think getting as many late round picks would be pretty helpful just to round out the roster.
All right,
Okay, and let's try to trade
take
that.
a look. All right, so there's nothing crazy good. It's just either 2 spots back or 7 spots back. Any other one we would have to kind of
Convince
get
them.
paid less. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's try 7 and just see if we can get an extra, like, 7th rounder maybe.
So they only have 2 picks left. So I don't know. That one wouldn't be too great. Tennessee, they have a lot of 200 picks, so could do like 182, maybe 242, maybe. It's a 49% chance.
Can
Or we
try
could
it.
just do 250. Okay, let's see. Oh, they didn't get it. So I think either 252 would probably get it through. You guys
I like
let's
it.
do it. Yeah, let's see.
I like it.
Yeah. Because I mean, the way
There we go.
the UDFA market is now, it might be even cheaper to get a late 7th rounder rather than
It
wait
is.
until.
It's not even that it might be. It is cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're getting a high end undrafted free agent, you're having to pay him like 4th round money. It's kind of insane.
Yeah. All right.
We saw it last year, Malik Cunningham.
Yeah, he had what, 200K guaranteed?
200,000 guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him. And
All
now he's
right.
a Raven.
Yeah. Sadly.
Crazy. Okay, let's see. Steel Chambers, all name team.
Frank Gore Jr.
So, yeah, Frank, I was about to say, do we have that running? We might need to get that running back now.
That's actually a really good. That's a good question, actually. Are you guys under the belief that they should take a running back in this draft? Because personally, I'm not. I think that they just write it out with Gibson, Stevenson, maybe send another vet. Or do you think that running back is still a need in the draft?
I think he just. One.
I think you need one just because I don't trust Kevin Harris as much as like check if like Marshawn Lloyd is available out of US. Maybe he was taken.
Yeah, I think he goes pretty high.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Rasheen Ali.
Yeah, Rasheen Ali. I'm trying to look. Cody Schrader. I really like him a lot out of Mizzou. He's a really good option. That would be my pick. If we go running back, I would pick Cody Schrader.
All right. Any other positions you guys want to look at?
Did we take a second receiver yet?
I don't believe so.
I don't think we did. I would maybe look at that. I mean, we pick again at 193. So I think we could potentially wait on running back until then if there's a good receiver on the board.
Let's see.
Let's look.
I don't think there's any.
I love Anthony Gordon. Yeah. But he's not. He doesn't fit the Patriots scheme at all. He's going to be really good.
I know they spoke to Cephas at the Hula Bowl, I think it was. Or is it the Shrine Bowl?
Yeah. He's good. Jordan Whitington from Texas, he's good. Big receiver.
Aiden Hatton's pretty good too. They spoke to him too.
Man, I think we go running back with this pick then. I don't think any of these receivers are really gonna like fly off the board between the next few picks.
Then let's go Cody Schrader. I like him.
All right.
I think he'll be good.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Let's go Schrader.
While we're getting into the last few rounds, by the way, if any of you have comments and questions, anything you want us to answer, it doesn't have to be about the draft. It can be about anything Patriots related. go ahead and put it in the comments because we'll answer it at the end of the show.
Yeah. Okay. Bryman's still here if you guys want to double dip that tight end.
I don't think that's as necessary.
Yeah. Brennan
It's
I really like
intriguing,
Brennan
but not
Jackson.
necessary.
Brennan Jackson. I like Brennan Jackson.
Can you see if Shaw Smith Wade's on the board? Cornerback. No, we already got one, but
I think he had to go.
Yeah, he goes pretty high.
Yeah, he went high. I remember seeing him.
yeah, I
Jarius
know
Monroe is a sleeper
in
for me.
some like on some websites he goes like super high, and on some he goes undrafted. There's big discrepancies there.
Let's take a look at safety. They just spoke with Mark Perry. We even took him out to dinner.
I was just gonna say Mark Perry and Josh Proctor out of Ohio State. I like him too.
I think Perry's probably the most realistic option, just because when you're having that dinner meeting, that's usually a pretty good implication that that's the team that's most interested in the player.
Yeah.
So most of the time, that's not always true, but most of the time it is. So I think that's a pretty realistic option. But he's also not rated super high, so yes, he is. I don't know.
I like one of those safeties. So either Mark Perry, whatever you want. But I think we take one of those.
All right.
We can Perry.
Yeah.
Perry? All right. We'll take Mark Perry.
It.
Yeah, they just met with him last night, so seems like there's some interest if they're going to take him out to dinner and everything, go to his pro day.
Yeah.
Or did TCU have their pro day yesterday? Is that why they met with him?
They did, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So we still
haven't double dipped that wide receiver. We could take an edge rusher. Ben, I know you said linebacker is still something they need to look at with the contracts. So what position are you guys thinking we should look at?
Let's look at linebacker. Let's just see who it is.
All right. Any that stand out to you?
Trayvon Wallace stands out to me as Jordan McGee.
Jordan McGee, yeah.
Or Maggie. He's McGee, I think. I'd like him over all those other people. Oh yeah, the Washington linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of all those people, I say McGee. Can you look who else? We have 2 more picks.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get a kicker or no?
I think it's more likely that they do that as an undrafted free agent.
Okay.
I would say that's the most likely scenario.
Yeah. I mean, they're all going to be available on PFF. They never go early, so.
Yeah. I would honestly prefer that they bring in a veteran rather than a rookie, but I think it's shaping up to be a rookie. Let's go to the Ben. Who's the linebacker you said you really liked? Was it the guy from Temple?
Temple. Yeah, Jordan McGee.
Let's see, Jordan McGee. You guys want to take him? Is this our pick?
Yeah, let's grab him.
6'3", 225. He could put some weight on. This is kind of like a new agey linebacker. I mean, same defensive scheme, but who knows if they might start taking guys that are lighter.
Yeah.
They want to get faster, so.
Yeah. All right, final pick. Last one.
Oh, bring Tua Jr. to the AFC East.
Look at quarterbacks, though, really fast. Let's just see. I mean.
It's going to be like Hartman, yeah. Nah.
Devin Leary
he was atrocious in Mobile.
Yeah,
Leary.
Is Cahoon? Wait, keep going. Is Cahoon James Cahoon?
No, this is the last one. John Rice Plumlee. That's the last one.
Never mind. He might have already went. I don't love those. I don't like any of those.
If you guys are fine with it, I wouldn't hate the idea of just taking a random receiver and saying that it's Bub Means. Because I wouldn't
He's
be.
one of these
Oh
two.
my God, there's not even any receivers left.
Go to no. I want to.
Wow, that's crazy.
We can get Bum Means as an undrafted free agent. I think. Go to the top players. Just the top players. Let's see if
Just
there's
top players.
anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. We never took a defensive lineman. I know they've been in search of like a nose tackle, someone that they could put next to Barmore or Godshaw if they need to. So we never took one of from that position group.
Yeah. Keep going to see if there's another one just to compare to. All right. So no, that's the top one.
I don't know about him.
Cedric. Who was the guy
Jeffcoat
from
is
above?
pretty good. Let's see. Evan
I
Anderson
like
from
him.
Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, he's a decent guy. He performed at the Hula Bowl, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
B-gap.
He was.
Oh wow.
He was pretty good. No,
This is no. I'm looking at
he's
his weight. Like this
356.
is
Yeah, he's big.
this is
He's a big
Six
guy.
This is a nose
three,
tackle.
360. That's crazy.
He's like
this could be the
he's
nose
like
tackle.
bigger than Trent Brown.
Yeah, and he's 5 inches shorter and like the same weight. That's crazy.
Is that our pick?
I like him.
Yeah,
I just want them to bring like a big dude. Just put him in the middle of the defense.
That's all I had to say.
All right. Let's take him. All right, that was our last pick.
Oh, come on, PFF. Give us an A. Oh. They don't love the middle rounds.
All right.
On Foster.
Wow, Mark Perry was we got an A- though. I think that's pretty good for PFF.
GMs of the century.
Yeah, so
I think we did our thing.
I like it. Can you take a screenshot and then send it so we can post it? Because I really like that.
Yeah, I'll download it.
We got quarterback, we got that receiver, we got that tackle, and then we added a really good defensive back in Cam Hart. We added some depth at tight end, running back. I mean, we hit everything. I really think there wasn't one thing that we really missed. I definitely like that.
Let me get it over to you guys, and then unless you want to just pull it up right now.
I think we'll post it after. We'll have here, everyone who wants to, feel free to comment a grade for the draft, and we'll also post it on Twitter. Put your grades for it in there if you'd prefer to do that. And
there's 160 people watching right now, so I expect 160 grades in the chat right now. So if you're watching, put that letter grade A, B, C, D, or F, I guess.
Not a single one.
Oh, yeah, I hope there's no S.
I mean, look, I came in late, but I still I was like in the first little bit.
Yeah. I think we got really everything we needed. For sure. Yeah, so that was a good, successful episode of Pats Nation Nightly on Friday, which means we were joined by a guest today. The great LosTalksPats joined us for a second guest episode. Thank you. You were great. Thank you for getting that to work and joining us. And thanks for helping out with that mock draft, Zach.
We appreciate you, Los.
Hey, appreciate you guys. This was fun.
Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, you guys can follow me. Yeah, follow me at LosTalksPats. On X, that's where I'm at. I do have an Instagram account. I don't use it, but if you want to give me a follow there, by all means, feel free to. But yeah, LosTalksPats, put the noties on. Try to get everything out as fast as I can before everybody. Yeah, you can follow me for anything Patriots related.
Great.
Los gets everything.
He does get everything. That is
He's always the first on it.
Talking about just show logistics going forward. Just follow the account, Zach. Can you put it up on the screen?
Yeah.
Because TBD for timing of next week, it will probably not be Monday, unfortunately. But we're gonna do a show early in the week, so maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Just check, follow right here, do like right there. And then we will announce the show for next week shortly. This was a great 7th episode, and unless you got something else to say, I think that's it.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys for listening, all 161 of you in here. Los, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. You did a great job, had a ton of great insight, so we appreciate you for joining us. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. I think that's it. See you on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Next time.
See you guys.
Appreciate you all for listening. Thank you.
Thank you.